Just a while ago, Harry Brook gave his IPL franchise a jolt, saying he was not going to play this edition of the Indian Premier League. He'd rather put his focus on England cricket. And while there have been strong reactions on a talent like Brook being banned for 2 years from the IPL because of this, the loudest voices has been that of England cricketers. Moeen, a former England cricketer who will play for Kolkata this season, says it had to be done because this withdrawal has put the Delhi franchise's plans in disarray.
It's not harsh. I agree with it. Any team that loses Harry Brook is messed up a bit, and they're going to now rejig everything. A lot of people have done it in the past, and then they come back in and they end up getting a better financial package, and this kind of messes a lot of things up.
The IPL is the most lucrative league compared to all cricket leagues around the world. Franchises invest a lot during every season, not just on squads at auctions, but on the venues, advertising, and ensuring a successful and smooth IPL. The auction table and the players they buy are critical in the way they plan their season and build their team, and how they intend to win the title. And for Delhi, Harry Brook's presence was crucial. With no Rishabh Pant, no David Warner, no Phil Salt this time, going by the lineup that they curated, Brook was going to play a key role in that batting order alongside seniors like KL Rahul and Faf du Plessis. This has clearly thrown their plans and equations for a toss. And it isn't just Moeen who came in to defend IPL's new rules of punishing any withdrawal that isn't justified. Current England cricketer and a teammate of Brook, Adil Rashid, too said it was time IPL acted on such dropouts.
In the past, probably 5-10 years, a lot of players have been selected generally and have pulled out. So that's why they're trying to stop it that way. When you put your name in and if you pull out, you know the consequences of it. So I don't think it's harsh.
And he's right. IPL has witnessed many such instances over the years of the biggest buys fizzling out because they just couldn't play the whole season for their franchise, or they got injured instead. Classic cases that come to mind, of course, is Andrew Flintoff long ago when CSK picked him up, or the Jofra Archer conundrum that plagued Mumbai for a couple of seasons. While injuries are part and parcel of sport, and it is unfortunate when that comes up during or in the middle of an IPL season, what the organizers definitely want to clamp down on is the uncertainty these dropouts that do not hinge on injuries or any emergency leave the franchise and the league with. Earlier, a dropout would mean just missing the payment. The player would still play the next season and continue to be contracted with the franchisee that picked him. What BCCI and the IPL authorities are trying to ensure here is that every player, particularly the foreigners, take this league seriously. That they realize the only way they can get exemption is if they get injured or there is some huge emergency that they cannot miss. Hence, they will have to forfeit a huge sum, and the opportunity of getting it, a 2-year ban, is a considerable one to contest. For instance, Brook will now not get to play in the Indian Premier League till 2027 and forfeits a massive sum of $715,000 that Delhi bought him for. This is IPL's way of ensuring that cricketers the world over prioritize their league over any else. How will this affect the calendars, the national FTP of other countries, though, is what we will get to witness. Will that mean more cricketers choosing the league life over national duty? We'll have to wait and see.
Firstpost brings you the Ideas Pod at the Raisina Dialogue 2025, the largest gathering of global policymakers, thought leaders, and innovators, now on the fastest growing international news platform. Big ideas, big debates, big impact. Only at the Ideas Pod. Firstpost gives you front row access to the conversations that matter most. The Ideas Pod. Raisina Dialogue 2025 on Firstpost.
Do you think that Ukraine is at its weakest position?
This war is not about Ukraine.
Do you believe that your president was insulted? Yes or no question. Is Ukraine prepared to pay the price for that peace?
No compromises at the cost of territorial integrity and sovereignty.
Diplomacy will work?
Yes,
Do you
it
think
will.
Russia will give up the territory if there is no ceasefire? Do you propose to keep fighting?
We are ready to resist.
Do you think there will be peace?
Many countries gave us 3 days.
President Trump said you don't have any cards.
We do not have another choice.
How do you keep fighting?
You ask me once again the same question.
Because you've not
we
answered my
have,
question.
We have enough capacities to keep fighting.